Hey, we're going to Legend of the Hiddens of the Great Temple, not to be confused with Link's Adventure into a Nickelodeon game show. I'm Gaming Wolf, and Gaming Wolf plays Blood. 1 unit whole blood, to be exact, which is the Atomic Edition, essentially. Isn't it? The way it's played, I guess Fresh Supply is more like the Megaton Edition equivalent. Hopefully don't get a 25th anniversary equivalent. Perhaps. Mayhaps. I just used the boots when I didn't need to. That's okay.
Boy, was that a super secret. You know, this level's got a super secret too. So, enjoy that.
Listen to the whispering of the damned. Anyway, big level, big video. Those of you who've been following every day, you are getting a long one. Courtesy of, well, just whoever made this level, because this is long. It's not as if I was getting too lost, but there's just a lot to do. And, you know, it's one video per level, so, you know, it could be as short as 5 minutes, could be as long as 30 minutes. It happens. I just run with it. No, don't burn your bridges. That's not a way to make a relationship. You have to make the bridge first that you forgot to make. Worst thing I ever do with bridges is leave them unattended to, actually. Which, in the world of too much information and medias that are socialized, perhaps we should all follow my example of not giving a fuck. Oh no, the evil fish. You know, the fish really mess with my underwater time, so if I can ignore them, I will. It's not as if they do projectiles, they're melee only. So, I mean, if you have time to ignore them, I guess, but mostly if they're directly in my way, that's a good time to shoot them. Because then they're just blocking me, and we can't be having any of that. Plenty of swimming in this level, too, now that I think about it. Yeah. I do like how the build engine games emphasize swimming, if only due to a trick in which, you know, has to do with it taking a different part of the map, in a sense. Which is confusing. I mean, if you saw me play through Duke Nukem 3D, you should go see that, first of all. If you've seen it, the map doesn't always help figure out where to go based on the non-Euclidean design of these levels sometimes. It's more obvious about in some secret areas, but like subtly, such as going above water, underwater, counting as two different areas, is one of those things, and could affect your platforming. Or you're just wandering off somewhere and suddenly the area has changed. Yeah, that shit can happen. Excuse me while I figure out how not to die. Well, you know, that's what happens when you have a Thompson underwater. You think you feel lucky, punk? Well, I have 5 or 6 Thompsons. You're gonna have to guess how many that Thompson is. Reminds me of that Simpsons intro knockoff where they were part of a witness protection program, and so they had to change their name. So they changed their names to the Thompsons, and then they lived at like a lake house by the dock or something. Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I like alternate intros. So it's like, wow, someone ROM-hacked The Simpsons. Yeah. I don't think I'm really a big Simpsons fan, but, you know, I watched a lot of Simpsons when I was a kid, up into the mid-2000s at least, so I must have seen like 10 Halloween Simpsons specials. I must have. Anyway, it's just kind of, it's comfortable viewing now, I imagine. I don't know how funny it is, but when it comes to stuff like that is really more of a sitcom. Parts of the humor escape me only in the sense that there's always going to be that one episode where you're going to sense that one of the characters is about to get in trouble. And then they do. And even if you see it coming, it just feels like agony. And it is weird how I empathize with characters that way. It's just like, uh-oh, someone's getting in trouble. And I can see it coming from a mile away. It's like, oh no, I don't want to see what happens. Like, I can't look. It's like, oh no, you know. And yet the Halloween specials, I'm fine. So, what does that tell you? Socializing is scary. Play Blood instead. Shoot him with the napalm. Does the napalm work underwater? Well, you're just going to have to do it yourself. Donk. Go do 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 do. No shadow links were made in the filming of The Great Temple. Dark Link. Shadow Link? Dark. One of those links. One of these links is not like the link. One of these links is Linkle. It's okay. We've got more gasoline. Zombies down the stairs. You have to excuse me if I'm being a little too careful, because it's how it plays. It's a game in which I play it. Imagine all the editing I have to do for this level. Maybe the average person will be like, I'm going to separate this video into 3 parts for one level. Be like, yo, I just want to play and win and stuff. He is the winner. But yeah, since I have a lot more time in this video, I can kind of explain my thought process in terms of how I'm doing this project. Like, kind of the question for me was like, don't you guys want my stuff out when I'm actually done with it, as opposed to in progress? Well, I only let up this time because I decided if I can make projects done ahead of time while I'm doing this, that way if at the end of this daily upload project I have another project finished, which I'll probably have a few finished down the road by the time you get to, well, day 53 of the Blood Let's Play. It's going to be a while. But then it'll be a day per project for a little bit until I'm 1-to-1, which I'm not caught up, in which case it'll turn into a daily one again until it gets caught up again. So that way, you get both the buffer of time with some content you get to see, and at the same time, I get to release stuff and work on as fast as I would like. Surely the advantage is also getting more attention, but that could just be coincidental. At the same time, I really like doing stuff for YouTube, and I have liked to do so for about 10 years at least. More than that, actually. Actually, I've experimented with YouTube stuff since before YouTube was owned by Google, and at that time I'd actually tried using Google Video. I actually know at least one person on YouTube who has used Google Video. It's Raukows, it turns out. So, yeah, he's big into the games. Some of my style is not exactly copied from him, but it sure encouraged me to actually do videos, that is for sure. So if you're feeling bad about just talking over a video game, just watch Rauko and be like, yeah, I can do that, and then maybe you can do that. But that's up to you. I can't tell you if you want to do it or not. You just have to, I guess, be comfortable with it. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with people's Patrons regarding this kind of content, though. I mean, if you can provide, then do so, but, yeah. Maybe I'm not the capitalist people make me out to be, even though I like money. I mean, I could be. I could have been a businessman, and I would have been involved in business. You would think, considering my ancestry, how business I would be. Oh yes, I pride in my work. But money is all about the psychology of other people doing trade, so... Turns out I lack that aspect of the people personing, so yeah. Money doesn't really factor into a lot of my motivations as much as it should. When, for me, money is a means to an end, not an end to a means. Hope that's a good enough explanation. Anyway, Blood. Remember that game? Yeah, there was a weird Guns Akimbo place that I thought was secret. Like, there's places in this game which I think are secrets that are just a normal part of the level, so... However this side of secret works is quite unknown to me. In fact, sometimes a secret doesn't quite have something, but it does lead you to a ton of somethings, and, well, if you think about it hard enough, maybe they'll screw with your mind. Why is this guy alive for so long? I think he glitched into existence as a constantly burning zombie. He's now the Marvel Zombies version of the Human Torch. Okay, I think he eventually died. Jesus. I mean, Jesus eventually died and became a zombie also, so we believe in zombie Jesus, don't we, everyone? Why is this Guns Akimbo so close to the other Guns Akimbo? I guess it doesn't matter, but that's quite a lot of akimbosis. Akimbos? What is the plural of akimbo? If I put two akimbos together, do I dual wield the akimbo? Do I get the quad wield that I would enjoy if it were a possible thing? Yeah. Someone should do a Zelda first-person thing so that when I enter a secret, it plays the Zelda jingle. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Just a thought. Make it like a heretic mod. I don't care. I don't really care. Not too important of a secret. However, more shotgun shells approved, inked, stamped, signed by me, as played by me, but that doesn't fit within the purview of what a problem solving is. Like, what is beauty? Or, how much gun do I need? A lot of gun. More gun, please. And if that don't work, even more gun. And if that don't work, the most gun. If that don't work, superlatives have failed me. I think there might be a reflection in there. Or, you know, the bullet reflection power, or whatever. The reflective thing. My favorite power-up in the game. I mean, it does say reflect... Oh, reflective shots doesn't protect you from dynamite, as I have learned. Maybe it could bounce it off, but I think the explosion's still fucking smarts, so... Yeah, you're not safe with dynamite rolling around, so just still try to dodge the dynamite. I'm sure you can manage that, as I have sometimes in the past. You know, Alex Kidd, basically in the shadow of Sonic the Hedgehog, was a rat. A really fast rat is blue. Shoot them in the head. Shoot them in the crotch. Shoot them in the legs. Shoot them in the head, the shoulders, the knees, and then the toes. And then arms and ears, and the mouth, and the nose. The heads, the shoulders, the knees, and the toes. How many times has this happened to you? You've walked into a secret chamber, and an army of zombies has come out to kill you. What if you could do something about it? Well, here today on my infomercial, I'm selling a shit ton of dynamite you can buy for 5 easy payments of go fuck yourself. Here's a key. That key's got my hey! Rude! Rude, baby, rude. Disco faux pas, rude, baby, rude. Baby Ruth. Who's ruthless? Where is Ruth? Hey, if you want a fun time, you can probably look this up on YouTube, but there's like a radio program you can look up, audio only, it's called Nick Danger Third Eye. You might enjoy it. I did. And I only heard it like a few times. It's basically a parody of noir detectives. At the time, radio was still relevant. So it's a relic, but it's a good one. Some say it might be ahead of its time. Some say it literally has themes of time. Some say, well, just listen to it if you would sometime. Nick Danger, Third Eye. Okay.
Modern technology sucks. I'm gonna live in a cabin. Horcrux Potter.
I love making up what they're saying. Favorite pastime of 2022. Isn't that special? Now I want to talk to you about blood. Blood courses through our veins throughout the body as we play first-person shooters, in which you probably played them as a kid, even though you were definitely not close to 18. You were probably half that age, like me, when I played Doom at the age of 5 to 8. Oh my god. I must be a terrible monster. I turned out okay, actually. Murder and death. Pain and suffering. Bloody shot. Oh no. I like how that power-up ends, because it's just like, oh shit, I forgot how to wield with my left hand. I'm useless now. When it goes from ambidextrosity to mediocrity. Oh yeah, the super secret's something else. You get to jump into a cloud. Isn't that fun and exciting? And wow, that recoil just put him straight into next Wednesday. How long ago was next Wednesday from this video? That's not important, actually. Just pretend it's whenever your next Wednesday is. And if it literally is Wednesday, well then next Wednesday's got you covered. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of backtracking. Not necessarily lossitude or losslessness. Just backtracking. It's normal. It's a normal video game thing where you don't find anything, but you have to go back the other way. I feel like people feel bad when they do things that way, but it gives me time to ponder about my surroundings and philosophize. Yeah, how's the Velociraptor doing, by the way? I'm kind of okay with advice animals. I know there's probably people don't like them because they're stale, and I'm okay with the stale, but there's nothing, if you do it right, or you just do it for a fun laugh, they never really offend anyone. It's the same reason I like puns. Jokes that don't imply the suffering of man. So it just leaves it to wordplay, or just, funny anecdote, or just, or just questions.
Questions about the nature of humanity, perhaps.
Or perhaps observational humor. Wow. You know what? You think people would just be hack frauds for doing observational humor. It's like, I saw this with my eyes. I absorbed the copyright of reality and made it transfer through my mouth in order to make the monies. Hey, wait a minute. Those were proximity dynamites. But they were already set and therefore exploded. Oops. You'll have to excuse me for being an idiot.
Excuse him, please.
Oh. That time they went off early. Well, I just wasted the dynamite. Reminds me of that pop game about the eggs and the dinosaurs, or whatever the fuck. Ha! Oh, that's a good one. I didn't think enemies got crushed in that way. I thought that was like a Duke Nukem 3D thing. Well, guess I was wrong. So that's cool. You want to kill your enemies another way? There you go. Death traps are among us.
Get up and give me 20!
Show me your war face! Full blood jacket.
Do not screw up!
Okay, I won't. I promise not. Remember when that was a thing in the 90s, where everyone would just end their sentences by putting a not at the end, and that was the pinnacle of sarcasm, because you'd think it worked like a computer program. No, it doesn't. It's like, wow, I like you so much in my entire life that I would like to marry you and have 5,000 children with you. Not, like... You can just add that to anything. It's a pretty lazy way of speaking, I suppose, but... Yeah. That's how we're doing. It's just like, I backspace everything I just said. Cool. I hope we don't, like, use hashtag in conversation the way we do in Twitter, though. It's just like, hashtag... this, like, when you know what the hashtag is really supposed to be for? It's for using common things to connect to other things that use that commonality, which turned out not to be a great idea in retrospect, but tags are so useful in other aspects, except I don't really see them in my YouTubes anymore as part of what they call the SEO. By the way, if you use search engine optimization, I don't like you. I just want you to know that. Why is that? Well, I mean, if you're spitting facts about what you're doing, it's okay. But if you're just trying to mislead me by using keywords that may or may not have to do with what you're saying, and it's ambiguous, I may not care for you. There's certain things I like. I can't escape from that. Explosions! Power! Okay, let's save this for a rainy day. Raindrops. They keep falling out my head. But that doesn't mean I need earwax instead. Oh yeah, you guys are still down here. So yeah, those things have been set off. Great. They'll probably kill me if they hit me.
Well, that means we can't let that happen.
Under the stone. Dun 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 dun. Under the stone. Thousands of rocks under the water. No, it's not. Well, fear the books. They're not like the doors, they're male. Make way for this. I thought if I could just crouch jump through that, but I've decided not to, because that's a quick way to get my ass on fire. So let's not, and go back the way we came. Pushing that switch. Well, I can shoot the switch, actually, so that's interesting. Not too much of a surprise. It's only a surprise when I'm shooting something that's normally something I push with my hands, but okay. Not even sure if that works on all switches. I'm not going to find out. So, if I can't use the switch for whatever reason, because it's out of reach, I will attempt to shoot it and hope that works. Hope for the best, as they say, and check for your sizes. That would be wises. But be vice. Let me give you some advice. When you play Blood, don't expect to win if you decide to crank up the difficulty to maximum. Then you might not be reading the instruction manual or understanding the developer's intent. Now, I understand maybe you can't due to whoever owns the rights to Blood at this moment. Maybe someone from Interplay or something. Whatever. What I'm saying is, whenever I play a game, I always try to understand the developer's intent. Does he want to burn me alive? Does he want to set my ass on fire for the delight of all to see? Well, that would make sense if I knew whoever was programming this was an arsonist. I don't know about that, but I definitely know whoever had a sense of humor, and that is important for the intent of this game, as with many build engine games, is what kind of jokes were you on and what kind of drugs were you taking? I guess in Blood it'd be absinthe. No, I don't know. Too many beef horror films. Not that that's an issue. But no, I just mean like when it comes to level design, not so much with the presentation of the aesthetic, even though that's an important part of probably why you watch video games, which it is. That's not usually what I'm talking about. Ah! Bobby Dupree. Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones. What the hell was that? Oh. Hey! You Tommied me in the dick. Alright, take two. I swear that gargoyle's gonna come to life. No wonder I got blindsided. Oh well. Hey, free bag! Thanks. Is that a dime? Yet another Guns Akimbo. Boy, the level's so long, I've seen 3 of these at least. Oh yeah! That's fucking hilarious. Dual napalm. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm having fun, and it's not optimal, but you know what? You know what? You know what? I will quick save all I damn want. I know. All you single segmenters. I understand. I understand your need to challenge yourself. I understand completely. But you know what? I think many of the games I've chosen to play are difficult enough. I do not need to make it harder when I can easily find a tougher level pack. And I probably could. Go as it goes. Oh, well, I think we're past that point in fan gaming history where you make ROM hacks too hard just for the hell of it. At least enough to classify them as too unnecessarily hard. Which I think is something people need to do more about video games, is sort them by difficulty rating. Or just, if you're doing review... No, we have a Metacritic for review scores, right? I'm sure we could do that for difficulty scores, even if it's not accurate. I at least need an idea of how hard people think things are, but some things are easy for me and some things are hard, and that usually does not align with the public's perception of difficulty. Especially if you have a particular set of skills. So, and apparently doing retro first-person shooters seems to fall into that. At least when I feel like I'm playing them properly. I don't think Wolfenstein 3D accounts into this. That is just kind of a maze game, and that's okay, but I think of stuff from Doom and up as first-person shooters. Wolfenstein 3D is more prototypical. Speaking of, yeah, I am thinking of how I'm going to get Spear of Destiny done, despite its glitches. We'll see. I might just choke. I might just like give up and be like, okay, guys, I'm doing the source port. But my whole thing with that is there's certain things that a source port can't do that mods of Wolfenstein have done. So that's why I'm being rather careful about it. I want to be consistent. But I guess as long as it plays out right, I could change as many source ports as I want. You know how many source ports there are for Doom? A lot. And for Blood, there's like 5. It's just still a lot, considering. But Doom has so many, and there's so many for you to try. And some are specific for what games I'd want to do, or mods, which they recommend which source port to do. So I'm okay with switching source ports in and out when we get to that point, which I will. I'm going to save that for when I have a new machine so I can kind of just transition between them easier and not have to worry about any graphics card woes with much of the modern source ports, especially UGC Doom. You are such a game changer in defining what Doom is that I'd prefer leaving that for total conversions than doing Doom level packs on it. That's just how I feel about that. Blood is good. Blood is great. I will say that I won't be late for dinner. That's what they call lunch and supper. Together, that's dinner. What was with those Jack in the Box ads being like, yeah, come, or Taco Bell being like, yeah, come here after midnight for your fourth meal? It's like, you might have an eating disorder if you have a fourth meal. Or you have a very good exercise and diet program, I would hope. But yeah, it's just like, you just call it fourth meal. Oh, you lazy bastard. Come up with a great name. Then again, we call breakfast, and that's a 2-word compound word. Also, I blew up the bats. Yes. They even sound like the bats at the beginning of Scooby-Doo. Do, 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 do. Right? Just a little bit. Okay, you know what? Some of that laughing in the House of Horrors level, I think they used a similar sound effect in Star Fox Adventures. I'm not even joking. I swear they did, with like the flying enemies. I'm serious about this. I think I just recognized the sound effect when I shouldn't have. Like, I recognized it, but I was trying to remember from where, and I just remembered now. So that's cool. Cool facts. Not to mention how many times you would have heard the Doom Door sound. Yep. Or how many times have you heard Star Trek door sounds in video games? I bet you've heard them a lot. Alright, so this is where we come out of. Look carefully because... Yep. It's Solid Cloud. Which I guess is what happens when you mix Metal Gear Solid with Final Fantasy VII. I can't believe you found this! Here, you can have it all. Yeah, baby! Yep. Pretty good for a super secret right before the boss level. And yes, there are boss levels. More importantly, there's actual bosses! We're not talking like the stupid shit that Doom pulls off where you can just deal with it no problem later. No, I think these bosses are pretty legit. Even if I think they might show up later in future levels. Yeah. I do want to just point out to you that if for some reason you're doing the boss levels in the hardest difficulty, that there might be more than one boss when you do that, so be really careful, okay? Just a warning. A severe warning. Although I think for co-op and Blood, it's not like a 2-player thing. Like, I think the recommended is actually 4 people. So maybe 2 people for well done and 4 people for extra crispy. Or just 4 people for well done and extra crispy. So, something to keep in mind. Yet another goddamn akimbo. Holy shit level. I could mark how long you are based on the amount of times I've gotten guns akimbo. So that was a level length of 4 akimbos, at least. That's long. Not gonna lie, that's long. Whoa! There he goes, up in the air, boom shakalaka. I do like NBA Jam, why do you ask? I also like its other variants for other sports, like MLB Slugfest, I think? And NFL Blitz. Oh yeah. Wow! Shit. That was a lot of ear-piercing stuff. Oh yeah, if you ever see videos about someone be like, oh yeah, this is gonna hurt your ears, loud sound wandering, just download it. I don't watch videos to have my auditory senses damaged intentionally, so just something to think about. Wow! He went across the ground. Toot sweet. I've got some more napalm for you. Let's just unload and unwind for the Bloods. Okay. Weehoo! Also, there's 2 ways to get that one secret. But yeah, you just kind of follow the wall a little bit and hope for the best. Hang on, let me do it from... Oh yeah, I did do that already. Okay. Hey! Shit. Well, I got him. I fucking got him. Sweet! Wow, so that was... E1... M6? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even realize that. So, yes, sometimes you can get more secrets than there are there. And it's not because of a bug. I think it's because someone didn't tally the secret counter correctly. Like, there's actually that many secrets. I'm fairly certain. I'm pretty sure. I think that time maybe it counted the super secret as a secret. I don't know. Either way, that's not the only time that's going to happen. So, if I get more secrets than you think that there are, that's just the case. Just another reason for the refer to the wiki in case there's more secrets than you expect. All right, see you around for the boss.